hands together for Mr. Amir Golan, everybody. Amir Golan.
Nice to be here. A little strange coming out. It kind of reminds me of the first time I got undressed in front of a woman. It was horrible. She started screaming, and they threw me off the bus. Just walked home with no clothes. I traveled in tonight. I was on the turnpike, and it was going really slowly for me because I was on foot. After a while, I got to the toll booths and got into one of the empty ones and just collected fares for a while. Saved up for a car, drove here. Car got towed a few weeks ago and I couldn't get a cab, so I took a friend's car and drove that to the towing company to bail my car out. And then I realized I got to drive 2 cars home. So I take my friend's car and drive it like 300 yards, park it, run back, get my car, and drive that 300 yards, and park it, and run back and forth and back and forth. It's going on for about 4 hours. And, I'm getting exhausted, and my hitchhiker's getting totally pissed off. What's going on here? Glad the winter's over. I always, when I get those static shocks, when I get out of the car, you hate that? You get that static. So now before I get in the car, I toss in one of those bounce dryer sheets. Static. I lost my car keys too, so for a while I was using a coat hanger. And I got scared I'd lose the coat hanger, so I made a duplicate of the coat hanger. When I was driving on the highway, the police stopped me. They said, "Can you explain to us why you were swerving all over the road?" And I said, "No, officer, I was asleep." Still had my pajamas on. Drove up here. I saw this restaurant. I don't know if you guys see it on 611, Grandma's Grotto. Does that sound appetizing? I don't know about you guys. I don't want to eat anything that came out of Grandma's Grotto. Nothing. I love my grandma, but not the grotto, please. Yes. Driving around in Philadelphia today, there's another store, Four Sisters Nails. It's like manicure. A lot of guys now getting the mani-pedi, you know. I know the only way I'd go in there is if they changed the name to Nail Four Sisters. That's how I go in there. It's not a joke. All right. Talking about driving. Good childhood. I remember when I was a kid, my dad was awesome. He used to throw me up in the air, and I'd always laugh and scream because of that ceiling fan. My dad was great, though. I used to love riding on his shoulders because he was a peeping Tom. Thanks, Dad. When I didn't go to public school, I was homeschooled, which was really embarrassing, you know, having my mom give me wedgies, which I hated. Very nice. One year I was growing up, I read my sister's diary, but she found out because I used a highlighter. Pissed about that. I have been trying to look tougher. I got a tattoo. It says Mom. My mom saw it. She got a tattoo. It says what? Writing back and forth at this point. Tattoo texting, I guess. I don't know what's happening there. Mom. Jobs. I went to a coffee shop today. There's a sign in the coffee shop. There's a sign on the counter. It's a tip jar, so I knocked it over. And I go next door to the dry cleaners, and the guy takes my stuff. He goes, "All right, this your clothes will be ready in 5 working days." And I'm like, "Great." Now I have to go out and get a job. Hassle. I'm filling out the job application, and it said, "Did you ever commit a felony?" So I put no. And then it said, "Explain." No. Chickened out. Didn't have the balls to do it. Maybe next time. So, they're looking for there. But, you go in these job interviews, they ask me really tough questions. One guy goes, "All right, what's the worst thing you can tell me about yourself?" I'm like, "I don't know. Don't ever leave me alone with matches." Is that good? Why do you want to work here? You'll find out. Take a chance, dude. I worked for a psychic for a while. I worked for a psychic, and when I quit, I didn't have to give 2 weeks' notice. I went to high school. Sophomore year in high school, I got my girlfriend pregnant. Thank you. Well, I didn't actually get her pregnant. I just really pressured her to adopt a kid, and parents were pissed. When I took driver's ed in high school, I was the teacher's pet in driver's ed, so I used to always ride with my head out the window. Didn't have a lot of dates. I remember this one date went really well. I got to first base, I was really psyched. I wanted to go further, but there's already another guy in second. He's waving to me. Just went home. Still live in New York City. New York City's great. It's a city that never sleeps with me. And, didn't get laid there at all. I went into this Jamaican restaurant today. It's really hard. I don't know if you ever eaten this kind of cuisine. It's really hard. You go in a Jamaican restaurant to order off the menu without totally insulting the waiter. I was like, "All right, I'll have the shrimp jerk. And then, yeah, bring me some salad too, you fucking asshole." And it's on the menu. The dog and pets. It's a really good dog. He's half Saint Bernard and half pit bull. So he likes to save people and then kill them. Got one of those little doggy doors that dogs use when they want to go outside, and raccoons use when they want to come in. Came home the other day, I found this Jehovah's Witness stuck like halfway through the dog doors, trying to convert the dog. I didn't want to get my dog fixed. It just seemed too mean to do that to him, so I just got him a really shitty haircut. There's no dates. Look at you. Any questions? No? I'm talking about New York. I worked as a security officer for a while. I used to get scared. I was working like 3 in the morning, so I carry like a little security blanket. Cover me. One time I was on patrol, I was crawling over a banana peel. And they pop up onto my feet. It's just kind of weird. I did that on the way home. That's good. So, security officer. My nickname at work was the Hawk. Not because of the bird, because I was always going to the pawn shop. Trying to hawk my stuff. Used to go bowling a lot. That's how I stay in shape, actually. I go bowling. I like to go to the bowling alley and bring a little black marble, put it inside that machine that they use to polish the balls, and then just call the manager over. Show him what it did to my balls. Knock over 10 pins with that. the summertime, I like to go to the beach in the summer and make sand castles out of cement. And just wait for kids to run by and kick them over. Stub your toe. Last time I went, I brought a metal detector to the beach, and everyone was getting so mad because I was making them walk through, take everything out of your bathing suit. Quit smoking. I read somewhere every cigarette you smoke takes 6 minutes off your life, and a friend of mine was such a heavy smoker he actually went back in time. You guys, you want to hear a little accordion?
Yeah.
It's a little accordion, that's what I'm saying. All right, let's rock. I do give lessons if anyone's interested. It's $40 an hour. 100 if you want to spend the night. A few takers? All right. All right, let's rock. Barely? All right. That's what I like. All right. And the Iron Man, I'm gonna iron all your clothes. Sweet emotion. Thank you, I'm a Jewish Aerosmith. Thank you very much. Trying to come up with Jewish names for rock bands, like the Beatles would be the Bagels, Rolling Stones would be the Rolling Steins, the Who would be the what? What? See if you can name this tune. Let's test to the emergency broadcast system. You think in China the forklifts are called chopstick lifts? I was in Hong Kong a few years ago, and the Chinatown over there was huge. It was like 1 billion people. What's going on? I am married now. This is my wedding ring. It's really good. It keeps all the supermodels from trying to bang me. Not sure what was doing the trick before, but it was like 10 for 10. But, the other night, my wife and I were doing this like role play fantasy stuff. So I dressed up like a pilot, and then she dressed up like a hot stewardess. She pretended to come into my cockpit. I made a pass at her, and she sued me for $5 million. Good stuff. I get laid a lot being married. I finally had to join a support group for people who masturbate too much. It's great. I go in, there's like 60 people. I can feel them all pulling for me. See some familiar faces, that's kind of... Dating this woman for a while, we collected vibrators. She had like 80 of them, all different shapes. And some nights I wouldn't even get to have sex, and I'd just stand next to the bed. Just caddy for her. You know? 6-wood. Tiger, what are we doing? Trying to practice safe sex. I remember buying condoms for the first time. I'm in the drugstore trying them on. And, they put one on. It was really, really tight. It was kind of painful. I was almost howling. And then my friend told me that it doesn't have to cover your balls. Have a lot more great show. Thank you very much.